Our next poet, Marshall Witten. Marshall Witten is the author of My Mind's Eye, which is forthcoming in December. Having practiced law for more than 50 years, Marshall has turned on his retirement to writing poetry. The natural word inspires many of his poems, as do politics, philosophy, travel, human relationships, aging, and death. His poems have appeared in The Mountain Troubadour, and as an elected public servant in Vermont, Marshall served as a state's attorney and later in the Vermont House of Representatives. He lives on a long country road with his wife, Elaine, a professional artist who has illustrated his books beautifully. Together, they enjoy long walks with their dog. He shovels snows when necessary and writes because it's always necessary. Please welcome Marshall Witten.
A lot of my poems are informed by the Vermont landscape, part of which you see on the picture behind me, although there's no snow now, but it's a view that we see out our windows. The first poem comes from that view. It's called Barred Owls. This night in early spring is nippy, quiet. Insects are not yet out, nor is the moon, which leaves these inky heavens far from town bright black, yet porous with navigation stars. A barred owl's eerie chant breaks the utter silence. A quarter mile away, another echoes back, exchanges closing time and space. When things are dark, it pays to advertise. The edge. The closer you are to death, the more alive you feel. That's a quote by James Hunt, a Formula One world champion. What makes a man take risks? Achilles chose a warrior's life, a hero's death, enduring fame. Or thrill to see another gamble against grim death with skill or chance. Crowds mob arenas, feeling watching risk is akin to taking it. There is a place on the edge, in the curl, where mastery mounts invisible. Adrenaline floods every pore, focuses the mind to now, transcending reason. I am familiar with that place. It has a switch that slows time down until it flows like honey. A four-wheel drift in hairpin curves, a night approach in fog and ice, balancing gale winds against the sails, seeing prey death bounce in crosshairs. The Buddha taught we have no need to dance with death. The place is here within, more scary than a charging bull. The real risks and tests of life are learning how to trust and love. This next poem was written in a 1790 house built by Vermont's third governor, Isaac Titchener. Ghost noises. The wind howls pulse our house, which squeaks and groans. A quarter millennia dowager grumbles her infirmities. The wide board floors creak as if a phantom treads the halls. The front door wind chimes clang, demand the bolt be drawn to admit my nebulous fears. I pull the covers to my chin and spine shiver. Heavy snow falls now. I pray the silver wolf lies curled within his den, not stalking the storm and my unfocused dread. The ceiling fan turns slowly in dim light as the clock strikes 3. She's spooned beside me in deep sleep. Her quiet breath calms my heart. My mind's eye is dedicated to a former law partner, Harvey Carter. His wife is listening and watching here tonight. He was a friend for more than half a century. This poem is one of several in my collection about Harvey. How it turned out. Our lives are written on the face of dice, our lot the sum of countless rolls. Harvey is in hospice care with Alzheimer's. He had always dreaded this. Sometimes he doesn't speak but sings, or converses with himself out loud, or sleeps all day. Awake, he smiles, winks his blue eyes, aware of what is going on close by. He fell while in respite care. First words to his wife flashed from some momentarily unshuttered window, a small glimpse into his mind and memory. The autumn of all good things just went poof. Autumn change. I walk along the ridge in autumn's crisp dawn, watching fog astride the river's root, the clash between warm water and cold air. The meadow grass still clings to green. The trees' old summer suits yield to brown and yellow and orange hues, all soon to fade. All are part of nature's cyclical changes. Purple aster persists, while frost has killed less hardy plants. Approaching fall and winter trigger my unease, remind me of the fragile transience of even joyful happenings. Children sledding, laughter, hands held to a crackling fire. Like Janus, I cannot resist the urge to keep on looking back as I face winter's sweep. Second mowing. It's been an August week of cloudless skies. The farmer's mowing fills the humid air with sweet smells from fresh cut hay. The fields are patterned with tedded curving rows along the rolling terrain like dreadlocks, waiting for the sun to dry the crop. The baler swallows lines like a conveyor belt, spitting cylinders nonstop, 600 pounds apiece. The smells and measured order of this scene suggest that we are masters of the land. But farmers gambled with the gods, dice faces, pestilence, drought, tempests, insects, markets, costs. Sisyphean bargain, endless labor quietly performed in these regions east of Eden. Foxtrot. We watched a fox and vixen court in woods on a snowy knoll. They wore rich russet coats, white-tipped tails and white vests, leapt stone walls and fresh fallen logs in their black boots, engaged in intricate, extended, intimately patterned dances. They circled slowly, slipping under branches, then rested together, then apart, resumed their frolic, racing, playing tag around stumps, trotting delicately, patiently building trust. Their graceful gambol slowly flowed from sight. Morning hunt. A hunting fox trots lightly on the snow. He halts to gauge if Charlie's bark is near. Deciding not, he glides on across the meadow in early light to search for rabbit, rodent, whatever he can flush or find beneath the frozen shroud to quench his biting hunger. He moves head down to catch a smell or sound. This fox will die if he cannot make a kill. At breakfast, warm and full, I watch his moves. The barren winter scene evokes my empathy with fox, relief that my next meal doesn't hinge upon what I can find in this hard place. I root for him, aware of nature's law. His meal must mean another creature's death. Two goshawks. Two goshawks launch from the verge at my approach. First one and then its mate, their freckled bellies gleaming white against the snowy hill. They glide, wings outstretched like Icarus, defying gravity, yet unlike him, do not fall featherless to sea, but float across the meadow in fluid, invisible to me. Mimi. Mimi turned heads with her blue eyes, fair skin, high cheekbones, glistening raven black straight hair, audacious red lip ice, athletic build. She married Bob, Ford dealer, state senator. He was always away. She stayed home alone, raising kids. His third campaign, August heat, humidity, election rally at Equinox Hotel. The governor, the featured speaker. The room's French doors opened onto a patio and outdoor lighted swimming pool. Mimi's scarlet cocktail mini sheath stood out among the others' dowdiness. The event droned on and on. The governor began his speech, and Mimi got up slowly. She left the head table, walked through the room, out the French doors to the pool. All eyes followed her. Chairs turned as she shook off her shoes, stood on the diving board, bounced up and down as if on a trampoline, thumping hard with every jump. Would she dive or would she slip and splash? Her drama held the audience until at last she stepped down smoothly, scooped up her shoes, and slowly strolled away, hips waving, sayonara. Stillness. I hear the tick of soul-sustaining calm. No breeze astir, no bird song, no insect buzz, no tree flouncing its leafy skirts. No squirrel scolds from deep woods, no bullfrog foghorns to females on the mirror-smooth mill pond. No rippling meadow grass, no turkey's head in the underbrush checking for danger, no droning jet or highway murmur. Elsewhere, distractions, social media, smartphones, friends, the chatter of coworkers, ads hawking soap, security, cereal, sex. Relentless sirens call for my attention, jostle aside the quiet spaces, dim my memory of the password to my soul. triggered memory. A sunny day, returning home on a lonely stretch of western Massachusetts. No neighbor within a mile. A vacant building looked like it was last an auto body shop. Some 40 years ago, it was a famous barbecue where on a snowy night, I and my partner, Harvey, tired from trial, returning home from Boston, stopped for ribs, fries, and a beer. Dressed for court, we elicited stares, but soon curiosity melted any standoffishness, and we traded stories with regulars on hunting, weather, grilling meat, Kennedy, Bay of Pigs, the war in Korea. My heart hugs that evening's camaraderie, my long, sweet, bitter journey since with Harvey, and my dreams of what might have been. Harvey's brilliance, dimmed now by Alzheimer's, that leaks his life drop by drop each day, teases me with his physical presence. Beauty faded, I grieve for times lost like that snowy night. Storm change. The strong storm spreads a thick cloud curtain across the meadow's verge, obscuring what lies beyond. The dark mass drifts deliberately toward me now, like a toxic gas. Its hovering, indistinct edge threatens to wipe all sin and guilt from memory. Delete regret. Erase my will for empathy. That severed psyche would be a different me. It's better to accept, embrace what's past, and like Odysseus, journey home at last to live and grow with all that I have done and seek soft ways for time that's left to run. Hubble looks back. To look is to ask. What are these astounding images, born in explosions with light-bending power at times and distances beyond our emotional grasp? 3 pillars of creation, gas and dust star-sculpted monolith, blue and green backlit, fearsome red horsehead reared among the stars, a mystic mountain crowned with Kronos castle. Your 2-ton mirror peering back in time, 13 billion light years near the beginning. What wave did you catch? Did you dare to look upon the face of God? Or are your reflections a mystery he chooses to disclose? You entertain an awe, but answer only science questions. We grapple with what meaning lies beyond. Thank you.